Wait for her to have her device.
That was take one.
You're good.
Now I'm good? Okay. Will the meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission for Wednesday, December 5th, 2018, please come to order? For the benefit of those who may not have participated in a Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, our procedures are as follows. 1, we will read the legal call of the meeting as published in the local newspapers. 2, the applicant will be invited to come forward and present the case, explaining to the commission and others present what is being requested of this property. Comments of town agencies will be read for each application if there are any. 3, there will be clarifying questions from the commissioners. 4, then there will be the opportunity for clarifying questions from the audience. 5, first those who wish to support the application may come forward. Second, those who oppose the application would be invited to come forward and express their opinions. As this is a public hearing, it must be recorded. It is necessary for speakers to identify themselves, state their name and address before addressing the commission. 6, the applicant is then free to leave or remain for the balance of the public hearing and the regular meeting, at which time the commission will try to reach a decision on each application. Each applicant will be notified in writing as to the decision of the commission and has the right to appeal to Superior Court if desired. 7, decisions of this meeting are available the day after the meeting by calling the Planning and Zoning Office, 203-453-8039, after 9 a.m. Seated this evening are the following members. There's Sean Cosgrove, Richard Wallace, I'm Phil Johnson, Frank DeAndrea, Alan Brown, Matt Yerzinski, Jason Marchi, Scott Edmonds, Aaron Mannix is here, as well as George Kroll. The videographer this evening is Peter Schultz. The secretary, I do not believe there is a legal.
We have nothing to notice, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
On with the agenda.
On with the agenda. First order of business is site plan, Town of Guilford, 47 driveway, map 34, lot 17, zone I2. Site plan revision to allow for placement of 12 by 64-foot temporary office trailer.
Rick Maynard, Parks and Recreation Director, thank you for allowing me to come to address this with you today. I made 8 copies, I guess I should have made more, but this is just a sample of what this trailer may look like. So what we're requesting is we want to put a temporary portable office trailer behind the parks garage down there at 47 driveway. In the area, I think you may, I don't know if you have this map, but the shaded area is something that's already been approved for a truck wash station, and that's on hold. It's not going to happen at least for a while. So meanwhile, we want to have the space for our parks maintenance crew down there. The reason that are asking for this is that they have no bathroom. They've got no hand wash facility, no appropriate hand wash facility. It's a sink with a hose that goes outside that we're not really supposed to be doing, but that's what they got. Before that, it was just emptied into a 5-gallon bucket, and they would have to dump it out. They don't have appropriate facilities. They have no place to eat. They're eating in a garage, same place where there's sawdust from doing woodworking, fumes from the exhaust from vehicles, fumes from paint, whatever. This is their eating space. And so, anyway, it's been approved by the Parks and Rec Commission to go forward with this. The first selectman has approved the concept of doing this, and we met down there with the town engineer, public works director, commission chairwoman Rose Dostert, Matt Hoey, and we've all decided that is the best spot for this. We'd have to do some connections for electricity back there to get it in. But the trailer is a typical office construction trailer, is what it is, basically. And the dimensions actually are 12 feet by, I think we said 64. We're going to go with a smaller one, 60 feet. And the actual dimensions are 56, but with the trailer hitch, it's an extra 4 feet. So the real dimension of the trailer would be 12 by 56, but the space is 60 feet. So we tuck in back here. It would fit in within the area that's already been approved for the truck wash station. And again, it'll serve the needs that our guys have and have had for a long time. We're finally trying to move forward to give them a little better work conditions there. I think that there's a letter from Dennis Johnson. I don't know if you folks got it in your packet, but he thought that from a standpoint of septic and whatever, it's a good idea. We should do this. It would have, like I said, a bathroom facility that would get pumped out every week or month, or I'm not sure how often, but 250-gallon tank, I think, would be in there. And so, I mean, there's what it is. I don't know if you have any questions. You need more info, but it's something that's really needed for our maintenance guys down there.
So it's just really a job site construction trailer, and how's it getting powered?
We'll have to tie, we need a 100 amp service going into it, so we'll need to have it hooked up.
So no generator or anything, it'll
No.
actually,
How long are you going to have it for?
I hope not more than a couple of years. We have put money in the budget for a new facility for them. The Board of Selectmen have approved, or appointed a facility study committee, and they're looking at all town buildings in all needs. But we've had in our 5-year plan for a few years now to try to get a new facility for the guys. We're out of space, the Public Works is out of space, the building is, I'm going to say 27 years old maybe, 28, it's a couple years older than the community center, we're almost 26 years old here now. And I know the Public Works would like to use the 5 bays that we have right now. We need 8 bays. We have so much equipment that's stored outside, stored in other places, at Bittner Park, or the old Public Works garage on Boston Street. And so anyway, that's a longer term thing, but at least in the short term, we want to be able to provide a better work environment for the guys.
We have a letter here from Dennis Johnson, the health director. The proposed office trailer will contain a built-in holding tank for waste disposal and can therefore be permitted as a temporary office arrangement.
Forgot to mention, the foreman's office is really about the size of a closet. And above his office, there's no ventilation, and above, no windows or anything. Above his office is the compressor, like a loft. And every time that compressor goes off, the dust comes, down on his desk, mouse droppings coming down, and he's constantly getting sinus infections. He can't spend a lot of time in his office, which he does anyway. He's a working foreman. But when he's in there and that thing's going on, he sounds like me. I'm congested all the time. And I'm not working there.
Could you explain, I think it says here that you're going to do stairs with a landing. Can you explain what you're doing in terms, does this need to be ADA accessible? Are you building in some stairs or landing to access it?
Stairs are rented with it. I think there might be a picture, a sample in there. Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned. I think the stairs are, I wrote it in here, I think 4 feet by 3 feet, 3 feet by 4 with a landing. I show them on here on the map. So we would tuck it up, as far at the edge as we can with the stairs on the building side of the trailer. So if they're walking out of the garage, they're not walking around, they're walking right in. Does it have to be ADA accessible? Good question. I suppose a ramp could be built there if we're, added if we need it. Currently, we don't need it, but if it's something that had to be done, we could do it. Again, we're only talking about probably 2 years, hopefully not more than that.
And you said you're renting?
We're renting it, yeah. Yeah.
No, it's not permanent construction on the site, so we don't have to worry about long-term.
It's temporary, and if for some reason, the truck wash station is going to go in there in a year or so, and we're not ready to move it to another building, we'll come back and we'll try to move it somewhere else on the site. But everyone that we've spoken to right now thinks that's the best spot for it.
I'm just curious, the building you said is 20-something years old. Did they have a place to eat before and space got used up, or?
I'm sorry.
I'm just curious if they had a place to eat before and the kinds of things that this trailer will take place, so.
This is
It wasn't designed right in the first place, it sounds like. Okay.
And also fleets and all have grown, and department needs have grown.
Right.
We've got more equipment than we had 27 years ago, and yeah, I guess, again, the other thing is, there's no bathroom facility. I don't believe there's any employee in town, in any building, that doesn't have a bathroom. So you could say, well, they can walk over to the Public Works bathroom. Well, that's like Town Hall South, having to walk to Town Hall and use the bathroom. Nobody else has to do that.
Yes. Yeah, that's also another total issue of working conditions and
Right.
things like that get past what we need to say yes to.
For the sake of clarification, given there's no one else in the room, do you want to read in Aaron's memo? Aaron, do you want to read in your memo?
It was more just,
So-
it's not a public hearing, I just did it for your,
Yeah, so one of the things that we've asked town staff to do is when we have applications and site plans to come up with something like this for us, for our benefit, so we have a better concept of what exactly, so we'd have to learn on the fly while we're sitting up here. But, it'd be great. Thank you, please do.
sure. The above referenced property is located in the Industrial 1 Zone and is 6.41 acres, improved with the Town Public Works Garage. This application is for the proposal of a 12-foot by 60-foot temporary office trailer on the southern portion of the property. The trailer will be situated between the existing garages, Building 2, and the railroad. It will serve as the office, meeting room, and bathroom facilities for the Parks and Rec Department maintenance crew. In 2016, the Zoning Board of Appeals granted a variance for side yard setback requirements and impervious surface coverage for the construction of a truck wash bay. At this time, the wash bay has not been constructed, and the town is proposing to place the temporary trailer in this location. This proposal is shown on the attached site plan. Note the green highlighted area is the approved wash bay location. With the certificate of variance filed on the land records, this application complies with the zoning code of the town of Guilford. As this is a request for a temporary trailer, the commission may place an expiration date on this approval.
Does anyone feel a need to put an expiration date on it?
Well, I think the biggest expiration would be is if you got the truck wash within a certain, but I think that's understood already with the conditions.
Anyone else feel a need to put an expiration on it? I kind of don't, other than potentially move them to a more permanent location, but,
Just call it on the Public Works Commission, so.
It has an expiration date on it. The trailer will be removed by December 1st, 2020.
That's a draft.
That's just a draft. It's not- You don't have to read that in when you make the motion.
close?
But it's not a public.
All right, so we can just,
You can just,
How do you make a
Just want to
motion?
say one thing, in that particular situation, where these guys were out plowing all these winters, and they had nowhere to go back and sleep and rest, they were sleeping in their cars and their trucks. And so I complained about it 2 years ago, and I said they should do the upstairs over. I don't know if they ever did that, and I said, put cots in there so they can get up there and rest in something suitable.
They did, Public Works guys have
Did
that.
they do that?
My crew does not.
Huh?
The Public Works guys have that, the Public Parks and Rec guys do not have a place. They come back here. If their guys staying overnight, I give them a key to come in here and they stay in the lead room, they have the fireplace going.
It's not acceptable to have those guys sleeping in their trucks.
yeah, we're good now with that, so.
We got a motion on the site plan, voted that the Guilford Planning and Zoning Commission approve a site plan application for temporary location of an office trailer at the Public Works Garage, 47 Driveway, map 34, lot 17, as shown on map entitled Public Works Facility, site plan 47 Driveway, map 34, lot 17, prepared for the town of Guilford by David R. Bragg Associates, dated and revised by P&Z staff 11/30/18. This application is approved based on finding that it conforms with the zoning code.
Someone want a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion?
you can have one.
Scott? Sorry. So, I mean, I think it's obviously an improvement. It's something they need. It's already approved from a zoning standpoint, and it seems to have support from the top down, so. Any other discussion?
It works for a healthy work environment too, so it's going to cost less in the long run.
That being said, I'll call the vote. All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The guys are so happy to take this step.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Sure. Application to be received, site plan, Alan D'Antonio, 2311 Boston Post Road, map 78, lot 25, zone TS-2, site plan revision for 25-seat Asian restaurant in existing building, received on the day we did not have a hearing, 11/21/18. Are we tabling this?
Yes, yes. We included a couple of staff memos to keep you up to date on the review of this application, as it's a site plan. There is an expiration, a time frame for you to vote. Failure for the commission to act within 65 days of receipt is an automatic approval. And we wanted to bring that to your attention, that there are some deficits with this application. Staff would recommend tabling that to allow the applicant to submit additional information.
But the applicant is aware of the difference.
We have had a staff meeting with the applicant, yes.
Are we still officially receiving this on 11/21/18?
It was automatically received.
Okay.
So that's the case, so our time clock is ticking, so I'm gonna read this in on December 4th from the Janice Plaziak, the town engineer, on 2311 Boston Post Road, owned by D'Antonio, AKA WW Post. I reviewed the submitted site plan for the above referenced property. The site plan is not consistent with the site plan requirements found in 273-97. A design professional should be utilized to develop a comprehensive complete site plan to scale. Compliant, I can read. Site plan to scale with associated detailed drawings. Some of the deficiencies of the current plan include improper parking layout with conflict points, without landscape islands and handicap spaces, and no schedule of uses and parking requirements. Impervious surface calculations should be developed to meet the regulation requirements, along with employing proper grading, drainage, and stormwater best management practices. Consideration should be given to the site circulation as well as reducing curb cuts if possible. The plan is also lacking a proper design dumpster location and enclosure and site lighting plan. A sidewalk along the frontage of the property should be designed and included in the plan along with street trees and landscaping. You gonna read yours? Yeah, I think you could do it. You did great.
Thanks. Do enough talking. This is a memo from myself to the commission regarding this application at 2311 Boston Post Road to convert former karate school into restaurant space. It's dated today, December 5th. This parcel is approximately 1 acre located at the corner of Boston Post Road and Brookridge Lane on the west end of town. It's currently improved with 1-story, 6,400 square foot commercial building divided into 3 tenant spaces known as Westwood Plaza. Package store occupies 2,400 square feet. Rocco's Pizza occupies 1,700 square feet, and a proposed Thai restaurant will take the remaining space. This proposal as submitted is deficient in meeting the site plan requirements as prescribed in the zoning code, Article 9. The property owner is proposing to expand a septic system and install an asphalt parking lot. Staff has met with the property owner, Alan D'Antonio, and detailed areas of the plan that need further clarification. These include inaccurate representation of current building setbacks and bulk standards, failure to locate and show intensity of outdoor illumination, failure to provide location and character of landscaping, failure to detail access and site circulation, failure to show frontage improvements, including sidewalks, improper parking layout with respect to space size, ADA requirements, backup area and landscape islands, lack of stormwater management plan, and lack of soil erosion and sedimentation control plan. Mr. D'Antonio was advised to utilize a Connecticut licensed engineer to design a plan that addresses all of these concerns. In addition, a detailed floor plan drawn to scale is required, showing all proposed seating areas. The plan submitted does not detail seating, and staff cannot determine the number of seats proposed. This application was received on November 21st, 2018. The commission must act within 65 days of receipt, or this application will automatically be approved as per Connecticut general statutes. The last meeting to act without an extension is January 16th, 2019. The applicant may grant the commission one extension up to 65 days to act on this application. I recommend the commission table action on this application tonight to allow the applicant additional time to submit information. Staff will continue to work with Mr. D'Antonio should he have any questions regarding the approval process.
Thank you. What meeting would you suggest that we table this to?
If he brings information in, we'll put him on the next regularly scheduled meeting.
19th.
Did he indicate he wouldn't hire an engineer? That he would?
I believe, possibly. I don't know for sure. We hope that he will.
I'll make a motion to table this to the next meeting on the 19th, assuming that we have received the information we need in order to act on this. And if not, then we'll move it to the next meeting.
I'll second that, but my only question is, tabling it, we're only tabling so we don't take action tonight, but that 65 days is counting from that 21st.
Correct. So the last meeting where you have to take action, where we would recommend you take action to avoid an automatic approval, is January 16th. So you have some time to give him some leeway to hire a professional.
So in theory, if he comes with nothing by that meeting, we take action, or maybe he brings something before that last meeting, whatever, okay, that makes sense. So I second it.
Any discussion? And obviously, we need something to look at before we, so, call the vote. All in favor tabling? Great. As you guys might see, under other, we have approval of the Guilford Agricultural Society's use of the fairgrounds. I did a quick look at the events, and they all look terrific.
I think there's additional ones they added that list. See a little hand or copy of
Yeah,
the
it looks like
handwritten.
the Guilford Cross Country.
September
It looks like
5th.
they're asking for September 5th for that event, a road race.
It's Labor Day weekend.
It's a,
I would
Guilford High
consider
School.
that
Guilford High.
event to be a not-for-profit
that's
in
the
nature type
alumni
event,
event, I
something
think.
we could probably fill in pretty easily and very low impact.
I also reviewed it, everything looked substantially,
So we will remand this back to George for monitoring and maintenance of the list.
thank you.
You're welcome.
So, George, that means you get to go to all the events.
They all look pretty good. I don't know about the running event.
Under D, approval of minutes, I did have the opportunity to review the minutes, and they look substantially correct to me, other than a single clarifying typo regarding the commissioner. It listed Frank as the commissioner. Chairman, yeah. So, it does happen. We get confused all the time.
yeah, we look like twin brothers.
And it does not appear that we have any bills to approve. So, I will make a motion.
You mentioned earlier the meeting on December 19th. We don't have any applications pending, other than possibly the D'Antonio application. And whether we'll get something from him between now and the 19th is very uncertain.
Okay. Well,
So,
By what date should we get something in order to have the,
in theory, I mean, since there are no applicants worrying about whether they're going to have a meeting or not, we could cancel it the day before, subject to your concurrence that that's proper protocol.
I think we can all communicate,
How about the Friday before?
that's fine. I mean, a few days before, if you believe that we're going to have stuff,
Yeah.
great. If we don't, then we'll cancel it.
If we have a completed
call it a boss.
application from Antonio, then we'd be more than happy to move forward with it.
Okay, terrific.
Otherwise, we'll cancel that meeting.
Yeah, well, let's leave it on the schedule for now, with the understanding that if we don't actually have anything to work on, that we'll cancel. Okay?
We also talked about the desire to have a zoning committee meeting.
Sean had talked about trying to line that up for,
sometime next week? I emailed you back, I didn't see it until tonight.
Today, right? What, was that, you sent an email back today?
I did.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. So you have some dates next week that might work?
Any evening next week. is
Okay.
fine, Except you said for Friday.
Okay, then we'll do that.
with no further business to conduct, I would make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Record.
22 minutes?